and welcome to Cooking with Avery. Today we're going to be making white bread because I don't know what everybody's thing is with sourdough bread. I think it's a little bit gross. Even whenever I've made it and it's all beautiful and artisan and everything, it's not my favorite. Everybody loves white bread. Bread is good. Yeast is an essential ingredient to most breads. All the yeast was bought out everywhere because everybody else seems to be baking. So I'm just saying, stop it, guys, because I need yeast and I had to get it in a baggie like a drug dealer. This is what I'm living with. Let's begin. So this bread starts out like a lot of breads and it uses a starter. Ooh. There's this one in San Francisco in this bakery that's like 300 years old. It came over from the motherland and came to us, which is insane, and I would love to try it. This is not that kind of starter. Our starter today is just kind of a yeast-based little like sponge. It doesn't matter. I have not made this recipe in many moons. As an extra added bonus, in typical Avery form, I wrote nearly no instructions on the recipe. I don't even have the name of the recipe on it. I think that we're making bread, but honestly, who knows? No label. It's written on the back of a flyer about bowling. I can see the bowling pins through the paper. We're gonna start by mixing some flour, water, honey, and our instant yeast all together. I already have our honey. Because all I have is this baggie, I have to be so careful. Beautifully done. Excellent. Delicate. Classy. I haven't done this in quite a while, so I'm not positive. Let's start with our water, because why not? Our water is warm. You want it to be warm, not hot, because yeast kind of likes like bath water sort of thing, but not jacuzzi or you'll kill it. Whisking these things a little bit. When you start to sweat, move your shirt like a bat. Your flour. Mix this in. Oh yeah, that is classy. We are going to cover this guy up with plastic wrap and let him sit in a warm environment, which, because we're in Texas, is everywhere. We're gonna let him get all bubbly. He'll probably get larger in size. Maybe should have done a trial run. Who's to say? See you in a bit. We've had our starter starting. I placed him on top of the fridge so he would have a warm, homey environment. Here, little friend. Wow, he smells amazing. He's kind of bubbly. Look how happy he is. Oh, I'm so happy. Typical bread. That's just how they are. We're gonna put all of him into this bowl. Just making lots of bowls dirty. When working with bread, it's best to put the dishes in water immediately, or else this will harden to a concrete-like consistency that you'll never be able to get off again.
I've never seen anything like it.
This is a revelation. When I write recipes, I want to be mysterious. I want to be secretive. I don't want people to steal my recipes. Because of that, I write things in code like a crazy person. So literally all this next part says is mix, top sponge, ferment 1 to 4 hours. That's clear enough. I'm thirsty. Let's make some bread. We're gonna be mixing together flour, non-fat, dry milk solids. It's dry milk. Smells like milk, weirdly enough. I've never smelled it. Some more yeast. Look at this cute little cup. Mix it together. I'm gonna use my hand. Here's our starter from a hot second ago. Remember when we did that? I'll put it on top because I think that's what top sponge means. And my guess, based on looking at this, is that we're supposed to mix it. I'm gonna put it into the mixer now with the hook attachment. Mixing. If you get impatient, you can just make it faster. It's coming together well. At this point, the starter is just kind of incorporating the flour in there and it's forming a ball. And we're gonna mix it until it's somewhat smooth, I would say. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh yeah. He is cute. One of the big things about bread, and in general all baking things, is that it is best to talk sweetly to it. People can taste the love that you put into your food. Oh, look at you, little guy. What a cutie. You see? It's already tasting better. We have this nice little blob. Put plastic wrap over this baby and let him sit or ferment for 1 to 4 hours. And he's gonna like double in size. Stay tuned. Remember those gourds? As I've said before, I'm not 100% positive if this is how I'm supposed to make this. I swear I've made this recipe before. He's like ginormous now. Has all these little bubbles. Look at him. Ew. Oh gosh, sticky. Okay, we're gonna add our butter and salt and mix it. If it's wrong, we'll learn from it and become better humans. You're welcome. Yeah. I don't know. This might not be right. I really should have written more instructions on my recipe. We've been making this for so long. So many hours. Please come together. I'm more and more convinced that I'm not making this correctly, but I have this dough. Hey little bud. There you go. He's so cute. I mean, look at that guy. So I was supposed to mix them till we got to what's called window pane, which is when you can take, yoink, a little section and can stretch it out so it's thin enough that you can kind of see through it. This looks good enough for me. He looks like bread does. Here's our method. We're gonna kind of flatten them out a little bit. A little bit of this. Get you flat. I should probably use a rolling pin, but I don't want to get one out. So I'm gonna pretend that my arm is a rolling pin. This is fine. It's not how you should do this. Then we're just gonna roll them up, kind of like this. Ooh, he's so cute. And then we're gonna gingerly place him into his pan. There you go, little friend. That looks right. That looks good. In one of the kitchens I worked at, because we didn't have a proofing box, I would run the dishwasher and then I would put it in there after the dishwasher was done so it would be all like moist and warm, because that's what bread likes, to be warm and humid. We're gonna do that, let them rise a little bit, and then we're gonna bake them. Bread baking takes forever. This is hour 36. It's probably not true, but it feels like it. Okay guys, here he is. He's happy. We're gonna pop him in the oven. According to my recipe, it says heat sheet pan and add ice before baking. Another good option for grabbing ice is to use a cup or some sort of receptacle. I can do it. Just believe. Onto the sheet pan.
Ooh.
And get in there. And close. And we're gonna bake him for, I don't know, some amount of time. He'll be golden and delicious. That's how we'll know when he's done. Oh, that's not a timer. That is a stopwatch. Nope.
And there's another reason we can't go back to Yonkers. One more thing. One more thing we promised to do before we go back and turn it.
The time has come, guys. It's been 46 minutes. It is almost midnight. We've been making this for so long. Oh, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever beheld. Thank you for joining us on what has been most definitely the longest episode of Cooking with Averie. Anytime you cook with yeast, it takes hours. Well, as I cut it, I guess we could do